how important is DJ Jones to the 49ers? And the reason I asked the question is because he injured his shoulder today. Jose, why don't you start?
After seeing him on Tuesday, I think he's very important because we just talked about how he has actually an arsenal of what he can do in terms of rushing and how he has that intelligence in an actual game. Because Kinlaw, although he's a good bull rusher, he's going to be very predictable when it comes to the run game. How, you pointed it out, how they did easy, simple draw plays or whatever, run right at him, and then boom, because he goes upfield too far, leaves the lane wide open because he's just over here just trying to demolish his opponent. And that's great, but some maturation hopefully at some point comes for Kinlaw, which is what you thought you would get from DJ Jones because he has that little dual versatility in terms of intelligence. So I think it's a pretty significant loss.
Maverick, you want to go next?
Yeah, I mean, I think just he's probably one of the most experienced guys, at least on the interior defensive line. While Eric Armstead bounces out, it's probably going to be Kevin Givens spelling Javon Kinlaw. And I think having DJ Jones down the stretch last year would have been huge for the playoff run, although they won obviously the first two games. Just having him for the Super Bowl would have made a huge difference, and not having them at the start of this year, if that's what happens, would be big because as we've talked about the last couple of weeks, without preseason, there's probably going to be a lot more running plays happening, and not having your nose tackle for that is pretty big.
So I think he's extremely important to the 49ers defense because they traded away DeForest Buckner. They bring in a rookie, Kinlaw, to replace him. So they're relying heavily on DJ Jones to step up and take that next step to his game. And he comes in, and that injury could probably affect the offense in the run game. But I think it's mainly going to affect them in the pass rush because DJ Jones is a better pass rusher right now than Kinlaw as it looks. So it's going to take a big hit on that defense.
Well, okay. We saw them without DJ Jones last year. They still went to the Super Bowl. So they were fine without him last year. But the reason I think he is really important to the Niners defense is just from watching him in camp. He's been just fantastic. In the one-on-ones in particular, he doesn't seem like he's back to the shape he was in last season because he's been rehabbing all offseason. But when you just give him like 2 snaps to beat the guy in front of you, there's no one on the team who can block him. I mean, I haven't seen him go against Laken Tomlinson, but I've seen him go against Tom Compton, Daniel Brunskill, Haranis Grasu. He made Haranis Grasu look like that Joey Hunt dude from the Seahawks today. Just everyone was like, oh! So, yeah, I mean, he seems like we know he's a good run defender. He seems like he has upside as a pass rusher. His issue was just staying healthy. So it seemed like he's poised to become a playmaker for them this year. I do think he's super important. Leo, you came in late. Why don't you jump in? What do you think about the importance of DJ Jones to this team?
Absolutely. I know you said they still went to the Super Bowl without him. They blew out teams like the Vikings and the Packers in the playoffs without him. But he's huge. The regular season's a grind. And if anything, he is able to provide not only the starter, but it makes that defensive line have more depth as well. And when I look at, okay, who's going to replace him? No one's really a true nose tackle that you want starting. Like Kinlaw, he's a 3-tech. Solomon Thomas, he's an in-betweener. Eric Armstead, he's an in-betweener. So it's like there's nobody else that you could plug in there in a base defense that's like, okay, this is our nose tackle that we're going to start with and have that same confidence as you do with DJ Jones.